All right, as we know, Jake Paul is taking on Tommy Fury for what feels like the 100th time that this fight has been matched up, announced, and cancelled. And it looks like it might be getting cancelled once again because the fight's going ahead, okay? And it turns out Jake Paul just tweeted, Tommy Fury is scared. He has told my team that he cannot make the kickoff press conference next week in Saudi Arabia because he needs more time to train. I thought you said you wouldn't even need to train to fight me. You and your papa are scared. Hashtag Mike Perry. Now we're going to get to Mike Perry in a minute. Going to get to Mike Perry because I love Mike Perry. What a wild man he is. He's out of his goddamn mind. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. So if Tommy Fury's not going to go to the press conference, that's not a good sign. Remember, he did this one time before and the fight never went ahead. One time he said he couldn't get to the airport. He couldn't board. He couldn't get a visa. I forget what the exact story was, but he couldn't get on the plane to fly over to America, to the press conference. So the fight never went ahead. I think they brought in Tyron Woodley once again. The time he got knocked out, when he got flatlined, and the time when he didn't throw the fight. It wasn't a fake. But what is Tommy Fury playing at? If you are a professional fighter, if you sign on the dotted line on a contract to have a fight of this kind of magnitude, because Jake Paul's a big star and everybody wants to see it, you have to go to the press conference. You have to do the interviews. It's a necessary evil. It is a part of the package. It's what you have to go through if you're a fighter. If you want to sell pay-per-views, if you want people to give a damn, you got to do interviews and you got to go to the goddamn press conference. Okay. So what does this mean? Will the fight be going ahead? We don't know, right? Maybe Tommy Fury still shows up. The reality is, though, Tommy has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I think his brother or his father, Tyson Fury, John Fury, they both said if he loses, then they're going to disown him.
And if he doesn't, it's over for him. He knows that. No pressure, Tommy, lad.
And he has to change his name or something like that. There was a bet from Jake Paul. So, yeah, certainly a lot of pressure on Tommy because he's carrying that lineage. But in terms of an opponent for Jake Paul, I've said this before, this is an opponent that Jake Paul should be fighting. He's a boxer. He's his size and he's his age. He's in his prime. I think Jake Paul's a better boxer, though. I really, really do. When I look at them both, I give more credit to Jake. And in fact, I think Jake, I'm going to say I think he knocks him out. I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. Against Anderson Silva, he impressed me. He's clearly got knockout power. He face-planted Ben Askren, Nate Robinson, Tyron Woodley, and beat Anderson Silva. And whether or not Anderson Silva was 347 years old, right, it doesn't matter. It's still Anderson. It's still the GOAT. And it was still a solid victory, although way past his prime, let's be honest. So what does this mean? Well, if that doesn't go ahead, Mike Perry is going to step up and he's going to be the backup fighter. And just be careful what you wish for, Jake Paul, because Mike Perry is an absolute wild man. He's a nutter. He's out of his goddamn mind. Now, granted, his record in MMA is 14-8. Not a bad record, but there's a lot of reds. There's a lot of losses towards the end of his UFC run. Okay, so let's take a look. Last two fights, he lost Daniel Rodriguez and Tim Means. They both beat him. No shame, good fighters. He beat Mickey Gall. He lost to Jeff Neal, got head kicked. He lost to Vicente Luque. They're very, very good fighters. He beat Alex Oliveira. He lost against Donald Cerrone. He beat Paul Felder, good win there, and lost to Max Griffin and Santiago Ponzinibbio. So when you look at it, there's a lot of losses there. But that doesn't mean that Mike Perry can't fight. That doesn't mean that he hasn't got balls of steel. That doesn't mean that he won't step into a ring with Jake Paul and just have it. Because Mike Perry's a fighter, right? I am telling you. I've been around the guy. The guy's insane in the best way possible. Maybe not the most emotionally stable person because the best fighters are the best thinkers, but he'll show up and he'll have a goddamn go. And he has a track record of beating people that he's not supposed to. I am, of course, talking about his last ever fight in the bare-knuckle boxing world. He went up against Michael Venom Page, a man that skill for skill, no disrespect to Mike Perry, of course, skill for skill, Michael Venom Page is by far the better fighter. The technical brilliance of Michael Venom Page is insane. And of course, he's taller, he's longer, he's quicker. Michael Venom Page is technically brilliant and is explosive as hell. He's like Anderson Silva in his prime. Mike Perry beat him in bare knuckle boxing. It went to a draw, then he went to an extra round. So fair play. Mike Perry got it done. I never thought in a million years that Mike Perry would beat Michael Venom Page. I just didn't, because I'm so high on Michael Venom Page. Not because I'm low on Mike Perry. Just want to point that out. So well done. Well done to Mike Perry, and well done to Mike Perry if he gets this. I hope he gets this. I hope Tommy Fury doesn't show up. And I also hope that if he doesn't, then this fight never gets made again, because I'm sick of talking about it. You're sick of hearing about it. And these two just need to fuck off and do something else and stop bothering us with these fake fights. And Jake Paul needs to fight someone proper, a boxer in his prime. But still, I hope it doesn't go ahead, because Mike Perry deserves this. Mike Perry's a proper fighter. Yeah, he's a bit mental. He has his girlfriend in his corner. You know, fair play to him, keep it in the family. But this would be by far, I would imagine, the biggest payday of his career. I don't know what he's been paid, and maybe I'm wrong there, but I'm going to go out on a hunch and suggest it's probably going to be the biggest payday. And because of Mike Perry's style, right, he's probably outmatched. Jake Paul's a bigger guy. He's a better boxer. But as I say, he just beat Michael Venom Page. Michael Venom Page technically is the better guy as well. With the kicks, though, not involved in a boxing match, maybe that changes things regarding what I just said. But Mike Perry's a fighter. Mike Perry's a brawler. Mike Perry's got balls of iron, as I said, and he will go forward and he will swing, and you never know. It's a crazy world, and anything can happen in fight sports. So, what do you want? Do you want this fight with Jake Paul and Tommy Fury to go ahead, or are you sick of it? I mean, listen, I'll be honest, I kind of want to see it because it's been talked about for so long. Can they just please step foot in a goddamn ring and settle it once and for all so I can stop hearing about it? Because that's the only time I hear about Tommy Fury, to be honest, anyway. With respect, I don't think he has the ability to replicate the career of his brother. I hope that he does. I hope he proves me wrong. Not hating on the guy at all. I'm sure he's a lovely fella. And Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, I'm just sick of this merry-go-round that we're on right now. So if he goes ahead, let it go ahead. If it doesn't, Mike Perry, I hope you pick up the bag, as the kids say these days. Why did he say that? The bag. The bag of sand. That's Cockney rhyming slang for $1,000. I would get that one. The many bags. Go on, Mike Perry. Go out there. Get the many bags. Jake Paul, Mike Perry. Could be in the works. But still, there it is. There it is. There's a video on Mike Perry potentially fighting the one, the only, the problem child, Jake Paul. Anyway, be well. Hope you're all good. Lots of videos coming at you this week, obviously regarding UFC 284. There'll be some members-only content. I'm going to be out in Australia. I'm flying down there with my wife. And I'm going to be doing some videos down there, of course. Might go live as well, so keep an eye out for that one. But whatever you do, be well, subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you soon.